Yeah, okay. I had kept it ready. So, welcome to this RYB advanced session, RYB active session, rather, I would say, on family healing and marriage and relationship healing. I have taken this kind of a session earlier. It's going to be similar. Marriages don't change and solutions don't change. But yeah, we will try to have something like here, in case at the end of the day, end of the session, or even in between, I would say that anyone wants to has a particular, issue or a particular challenge. Of course, I don't want you to go, public with your own private things. But definitely, if you have a generic challenge also, you feel a generic question has to be answered, or a challenge or an issue that needs to be addressed, we will do it, and the other things can follow. So let me start. Let me share screen and start. Am I clear? Audio, visual, video, everything?
Yeah, very clear, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Seti sir, welcome. Ajay sir, welcome.
Yes, sir. Welcome. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ji. Okay, so the topic as we talk, we are RYB people, we talk in millions. Millionaire in relationship. So how your relationship is affecting your life, and roadblocks on the highway to becoming a millionaire in all areas of life. So we will be addressing this kind of, how to really go, not only in marriages, I mean, we are going to be talking specifically marriage and family relationship, but definitely this applies to any relationship. You can call it, maybe workplace relationships, corporate relationships, relationships with friends, neighbors, people whom you meet day to day, in any walk of life, so it applies to everything. So what do you want in life? We all have a desire to love and be loved. Definitely, we all have a desire to love and to be loved, care for, and, to care for other people, and somebody should care for us also. We want to be cared for. Definitely, who doesn't want that, Companionship, of course, we want, living alone is a big issue here. And being alone all the time. Okay, I also treasure my personal me time, alone time. I would not say lonely time, but alone time. Yeah, definitely I treasure that. But companionship is needed, yeah. Thoda sa, if I have, a slight thoda friction with my wife, sometimes chota mota disagreement, then I start feeling uneasy. Why we are not talking? It happened today also. So that happens, sometimes in relationship. We all want peace in our life, peaceful. Ghar mein hai to we should be peaceful, joyful, happy, and living in harmony with all people without any conflict as such. And that conflict could be, physical, mental, or emotional. Like today's war with me and my wife was that I did not react, loudly or in words, but I went quiet, silent mode mein chala gaya. Mute kar diya khud ko, and that is equally bad. So I muted myself, which was equally bad, because under say the emotions were still there, the negative emotions were still there. So I can't excuse myself. I didn't do anything, maine to kuch nahi kiya, But yeah, negative emotions are there. There is a conflict. Emotional, mental conflict is there. Physically, if it's not there also, but it is there. So we need to address that. Now, if you had all the money, we always are talking of career, finance, business, growing big, investment, palana, all that, so many things we talk. But if you had all the money and you are alone, what will happen? If you are alone, or you're having a serious family issue, a marriage issue to start with, or issue with your parents or children, or, workplace relationships problem, or business problem, vendors, customers, whatever, if you're having and if you're alone means, you're really having issues in your relationship, you slowly start losing focus. You may make a vision board and, all your goals and dreams, I'm going to go here, go there, all that. You may achieve a lot of that also, but then you are lonely. You lose focus after some time, maybe 6 months, 1 year. When we try to do something to just prove ourselves to others or to ourselves, then somewhere or the other, we are going to run into trouble. the focus will be lost on those goals and dreams. All the vision board flashy hum log banayenge, we are going towards that, going towards that. But if there is no peace, love, harmony with our own family members and our spouses or whatever, then somewhere that focus will be lost on the goals and dreams. You may start off very well and with that gusto, but after some time, definitely it will go down. You have a lack of motivation to perform. Initially, everything is good, but you lose the motivation to perform. You become lackadaisical, you become lazy, you start, daydreaming kind of thing. You have lack of energy to act on your plan. You have done all your planning and all that. Morning session, people are doing, all the mind map, planning and all that. But if you are not happy in your relationships, whether it is at home or at work, then, acting on that plan becomes a burden. You may do it for 4 days, 5 days, 10 days. After that, chhod yaar, I'm not happy. Kiske liye kar raha hu? What am I doing this for? I have enough money now, I have everything, but I'm still not happy, And it increases the stress level and anxiety. And where the stress level and anxiety goes up, then you can look at, diseases, psychosomatic diseases, or, lifestyle diseases coming in, or generally, poor performance, poor motivation, poor energy, increase in stress and anxiety gives you that. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about myself now, my story. I come from a love marriage, wonderful love marriage. Samne wali khidki mein, she patawed me, and I, got patawed also. So we were, ours was a classical samne wali khidki, opposite window love story, and we really got into a marriage after a lot of struggle with our her parents, especially her father, rather mother was no more, but I had a lot of issues. But then anyway, we did get married, and after that, this lovey-dovey marriage mein, when issues came in, when challenges came in, when things didn't work out properly, the relationship started getting affected. Even after 3 young girls, 3 children were born, 3 young girls were born, babies were born. After that also, we were fighting like cats and dogs. And we were almost on the verge of a divorce. Almost on the verge of a divorce. Ke, nahi yaar, I don't want to stay with this woman. And she said, I don't want to stay with this guy. It was absolutely crazy. I had even run away from home with my daughter. Yeah, my second daughter. I ran away from home. I was staying outside with my brother or with some friends and with one daughter. Life was crazy, and it was very sad. It was very sad. And that was affecting my work. My work totally crashed. My professional life crashed. I was not having money. So financially, I was absolutely zero. I had no money to eat here. That it came to that situation because I didn't want to work. I was having no motivation, no kind of, energy in me, no focus at all. I was just totally gone crazy because of the relationship, because I loved her so much. And I was a great valuer for, family relationships and this and that. And suddenly I find my home crashing, my family crashing, away from my 2 children, running around with one girl, small girl. She was just 2 years old and I had run away with her. So, this kind of a shit was happening in my life. So, kya karta? But as God would have it, the divine intervention was there in my life, and I was suddenly, started getting transformed. And I was still feeling that I don't know what will happen. But a few things that I was inspired to do, guided to do, motivated to do, advised to do, I did slowly, and things started improving. It took some time, no doubt. It took about a couple of years, because from that situation, even though I was willing to reconcile, she was not willing to reconcile. And then after a long time of persisting, not really becoming very passive, very docile, very humble, very meek, then it got the effect on her. She changed also, and we came back together, and we came back together like a hit and hot couple again. And as I've written here, we are today the happiest couple in the world. So it is possible. People may think it is not possible. Oh my, your case is different, Captain. My relationship, you don't know what it is. It is a bloody, absolutely stupid relationship. My marriage is on the rocks. I can't just live with my wife. I can't live with my husband. Also, he's an absolute gone case guy and this and that. I hear so many stories. I've been a marriage counselor since almost 25 years. And that's my calling. That's my purpose. That's my passion. That's my love. When I see a marriage saved, I am the happiest man that day. And I just pray for them, and I pray that no family has ever an issue, a husband, wife, or any relationship, even parents and children, or children and parents, and whichever way, brother, sister, whatever. So ultimately, and it took a lot of effort and a lot of patience to come back to this stage that I can say we are the happiest couple in the world. But no doubt we do have our friction. Like I said, today itself I had a friction. Where the friction was, she said something. I didn't like it. I didn't react. But I went into a shell. I didn't react. I just kept quiet. For 3, 4, 5 hours, I didn't talk. It was equally bad as shouting. Because my mind was shouting, my emotions were shouting, my tongue was quiet. But jhagada to chal raha tha, war was on. So these things, and then it disturbed me. It happens to us. Till the time we can strongly come back, though that habit you have to develop, that you come back and come back with a, bang, you come back with really honesty and truthfulness. Yes, really, I am repentant for what I have done. No pointing fingers. If you have acted badly, you have acted wrongly, there is no excuse. Because he did this, or because she did this, I did this. There is no excuse. For your actions, you are responsible, not the other person. The moment you go into blaming or justifying or complaining, then you are down to the base, absolute bottom of your existence, your consciousness, which I call, and I stated this many times, it is called victim consciousness, victim state. Victim means I did this because she did this or he did that. And I blame that person and I complain and I justify my actions, what I'm doing. So that should not happen. So that's my story in short. And let me go, to my golden formula, what I have, that only great, glorious people are coming into my life. I love everyone. Everyone loves me. I have no enemies. The whole creation, whole universe working in my favor. And as I take you next to a few steps to start with, and then some more, but a few steps to start with, what got me into, that reconciliation back with my wife. So I'll tell you a few things, what I did and what really helped me at that time. Change yourself and everything will change. I was inspired, guided, advised by my spiritual director, my guru. Okay, you change yourself. Don't worry about her. Don't worry about her. You change yourself. See where are your faults. And nobody is perfect, yaar. I mean, come on, we all have to admit, none of us is perfect. Apurva, Brahmam ji, Satya ji, Dr. Sir, Sethi sir, Apna Ganekar sir, or Ram Singh ji, whoever is there here, nobody is perfect. I'm sure nobody can say, okay, I am perfect and I have not done anything ever wrong and I don't need to change. We all need to change. Some way or the other, if we are really going to reflect on our own lives and see how we can become better people, better human beings, better wife, better husband, you will find there is a sea of things, ocean of things that you need to do to really try to, become a better person. So it's very important we start reflecting on where we are wrong or what wrong we are doing and start changing ourselves. Start changing ourselves. So change yourself and all the other things will start changing. This is my first thing that I did, and I advise people to do that. Don't tell me if the other person is this, that, and the other. If you really want to save your relationship, see, if you don't want to save your relationship, then God help you. Yeah. Then nobody can help you. If you really don't want to save your relationship, you want, no, end of story. I don't want to have a relationship with this person, whether it's husband, wife, parents, children, friends, whatever, office, colleague. I don't want to have, I have, khalas, that is finished. Then nobody can help you. But if you want to have a good relationship across the board, then then there is a way out. First, change yourself. Don't worry about other people. And especially in a marriage, change yourself. Sit back and write down. And I would say, put the pen to paper, as we have learned from Karthik sir. Put the pen to paper. Put the pen to paper, write down where I am wrong. Then you will get the solution faster. To give and to forgive. In a relationship, always it is giving. Giving is more important than, taking. I want this. I want you to do this. I want my husband to do this. I want my husband to do that. I want my husband to give me this, give me that. I want him to be like that. I want my wife to be like that. No. What are you giving to that relationship? What are you giving? Don't forget about what the other person is giving. First, you start thinking what I am giving. First, you start giving to that relationship. And secondly, forgive. Forgive unconditionally. My meditation on that, forgiveness, which I have done in the RYB. I can take it anytime if you guys are, still interested in having a rerun of that. I do a lot of reruns personally in my life of that because it's very important. We do start gathering, dust and rust and moss and dirt in our life. So we always need to go through forgiveness, and certain beliefs which are there, certain limiting beliefs, certain hurtful memories, certain unloved experiences from the past are just not washed away in one kind of a session. You really need to start repeating it. So in case you guys want to repeat, I leave Ramamji to decide that. We can have that forgiveness meditation probably in the coming weeks, next Friday or the Friday after that. So these are some of the affirmations which are very common, forgiveness affirmations. I can share this slide with you later. No need to go through that. Don't offer correction. That means don't try to correct the other person. See your faults, try to do that. Don't offer correction. Because, as this little picture here tells you, shows you that, how can I remove the speck from your eye if I've got a plank in my eye? How can I try to do that? So we all have our faults. We all have our, things which are not right. One camel does not make fun of another camel's hump. Yeah, that's also very, very, very funny and very lovely. You cannot just look at the other person, yeah, you are like that. So don't try to correct, and especially in a marriage, don't try to correct your life partner. See, it's very easy. We have got, the moment we walk in home, or the moment our husband walks in home as a wife, or the moment the husband walks in home, 100 things agenda mein leke hi aata hai. You didn't do this, you didn't do that, you are like this, you are like that, why you did that, you talk like that to me, you did like that to my parent, your parent, so and so, to the children, you did not pay attention to me, you forgot my birthday, you forgot my anniversary, you forgot. Correcting other person is very easy, but it will not help solve your relationship problem. Don't correct. Whatever that person is doing, you correct yourself, change yourself, that person will change. So don't offer correction. Don't offer correction ever. If you really want to build up that relation to be very, 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 very strong, and to, like I have, got that gift from God now, that I'm the happiest married man in the world. We are the happiest couple in the world. This is a very important thing. Don't offer correction. If you try to correct your life partner or anyone else also, that relationship will never improve. It will be where it is, or it will deteriorate. It will go back or kharab hota jayega. So don't correct. It may sound this, my husband or my wife is, always bloody doing this stupid thing. If I don't bloody correct her, what will happen? Who will correct her? Don't need to correct. You become good, automatically the other person will change. Try doing that. We feel we are the, people who are going to change the world. We don't. We cannot change anybody. First, try changing yourself. That itself is very difficult. Leave alone trying to change anybody else. So, pehle khud ko change karo. Okay. Don't expect anything. Apeksha. Expectation. This is one of my most favorite, things which I coined up. That expectation is the mother of all disappointments. And this picture really shows wonderful. When someone asked me, who hurt you? I replied, my own expectation. When we start expecting people to do things for us, expecting things from people, we are always disappointed because that person cannot meet up to our expectations. So don't expect. The moment you expect, there will be issues. There will be problems. In my life, I give you an example. I don't expect anything from my family members. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Even a glass of water, if I have to, drink, I will go, get up, take it myself. Unless I'm, in bed or ill, which has not happened. But if I'm in such a kind of a condition where I'm not able to get up or something like that, or I'm having a high fever or something like that, then okay, somebody gives me a glass of water or give me my food. I mean, even to that extent of having my own food. Maybe my wife cooks, or sometimes I cook. But even if she cooks, I don't get served. I serve myself. I heat up the food myself. I warm up myself to the kind of temperature I want. I take the plate I want. I take the thali that I want. I parosofy myself. I eat myself. I keep my plate back. And if the maid is not there, I will wash it myself. So disciplining yourself by not expecting anything from anybody. Because the moment we expect, if I come home, my wife or my daughter or my son or my so-and-so mother or somebody I have to sit like that and say, give me mera chai la ke aao yaar, mera khana leke aao, mera juta utar do yaar, mera socks utar do, I'm too tired yaar. So all this, male chauvinism that we have seen, or even women, that moment that you walk in, I want you to, be always smiling. Sometimes the men cannot come in smiling. Yeah, they've had too much of stress at home, and she expects that, this guy will come home and he will really, really come in a very good mood and this thing. Sometimes it doesn't happen. So that expecting, you try to be good. As a man, you try to be good. As a woman, you try to be good. Try to be loving, caring. If you're, as a woman, Apurvaji, if your husband comes home and he's not in a good mood, if you are bright and, kind and well-dressed and lovey-dovey and, really, really soft, he will forget his tensions and worries and anxieties, and his mood will change. Similarly for a husband, if he comes and finds his wife, stressed up, अरे बच्चे ने पूरा दिन बहुत परेशान किया, ये किया, वो किया, तो okay, don't worry, sweetheart, you sit down, यार मैं बच्चे को संभालता हूँ, and I will. What do you want? Can I give you a glass of water, or can I make you a cup of tea? Even if you're a little tired, यार, क्या इतना tired? Office में कौन सा हम लोग पत्थर तोड़ते हैं अभी यार? We are not doing hard labor or anything. We do a lot of shit and come back and say that we have done so much. So I know, I've also been into the corporate at the top position. So I really know what we do in our offices and in our workplaces. So there's no great thing. If you want to be good, you want to be nice to the other person, not expecting, but giving. As I said earlier, to give is important. What are you giving to the relationship without expectation? That will make a great difference for your relationship to become super, super, super. Pakka, yeah, 100% guarantee. I have no doubts. I have experienced it in my life, and I have guided people, and they have experienced the goodness in their life. 100% solution if you follow these 3 or 4 very, very simple looking things, I always admire Karthik ji. Complex problems have got simple solutions. Funda unka clear hai. So he put that in my complex problem or very simple solution. We are looking at, going for some legal issue and, bringing mother-in-law, father-in-law, father, mother, brother, neighbor, uncle, auntie to sort out our marriage problems. It doesn't work. I've seen people. Marriage mein problem hai, call mother-in-law, father-in-law, sit down, have a big session, and everybody's got their own fundas. And they will keep telling you something. Marriage doesn't get solved like that. Marriage is between you and your husband, you and your wife. Sort it out yourself. Become a good human being. Everything will be okay. Just appreciate. Appreciation is very, 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 very important. And here I called it, the salt is just perfect. That is my own case. And when you are sitting down for your food and, suddenly you find, yeah, there is no salt or there is very less salt in your food, and you don't say anything. You just eat it or take some salt, chup ke jaake, thoda salt leke dal lo, kha lo. I did that in my life, and that is why I call the salt is the pepper. Whatever. How's the food? Badhiya, kya khana banaya? You have made lovely food. You're looking so beautiful. I love you. You're the best cook. Thank you for everything. Thank you for looking after my home. Thank you for looking after my children. and a big hug and a big kiss before going to work and after coming back from work. Works boss. Children or no children, in front of children or not in front of the children, in front of parent, brother, sister, anybody, doesn't matter here. You're not doing some obscene act here. A little hug and I don't have to say that you go doing in front of your parents or your children a lip to lip smooch, but you can always show a little affection by holding the hand of your wife in front of anyone also. Doesn't matter, yeah. Don't have to be scared, but it brings the bonding. I'm not saying these acts are very peculiar in themselves or something very special, but it brings about that bonding, that closeness, that acceptability and appreciation that, oh, you are looking so beautiful. I tell you, a man looking so, you're looking good as he goes for office in the morning, getting dressed up. Wow, you're looking good. I remember my wife used to do that. Before I used to go to office, she used to, pick up all my wardrobe. Ye penna hai, wo penna hai, ye tie, this is a jacket you have to wear. And the moment wow, you're looking good. Wait. Before, I'm getting late. No, wait, I have to take a picture. Oh, she'll take 2, 3, 4 picture, different angle. And then she will post it on the family and say, oh, wow, everybody is handsome. Like, so, these are small things they are. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. Whether it's for your wife, you need to say that. Everybody is beautiful, boss. Don't compare with your neighbor. Huh? If you compare with your neighbor, nothing is going to ever work out. Neighbor's husband is always more powerful and good looking, and neighbor's wife is always more beautiful. Grass is always greener on the other side, but actually not. When you have true love with your own spouse, that person becomes the most beautiful wife or the most perfect and handsome husband in the world. Then you don't need any film star here. The real thing is love, the caring, the genuine affection for one another. That makes you beautiful. That makes you beautiful. That makes you handsome. And, it's not just after a few years, the initial 2 or 3 or 4 years of marriage, that outer beauty becomes absolutely futile. Then it's the inner beauty of that person which shines. Inner beauty shines. I've seen the most handsome couples and the most beautiful of women, beautiful, handsomest of husband, breaking up their marriage. What was wrong here? Everything was so good. Initially was saying, I got a beauty queen of a wife here. She's the best. I can never get a wife like that. She's so beautiful, so wonderful. Yeah, but it didn't work out because that's not what is important in a marriage. So appreciate, and you won't believe that as you appreciate your life partner, the partner actually starts changing into becoming a better person. And you say that, you are the best cook, that person will become a better cook. And you say that you're the most handsome guy, that guy will really feel that power, And you tell a woman that you're looking very beautiful, oh, that's the best day for her. Uska to din ban gaya. You tell a woman you're looking so beautiful with all your emotions and heart. Why wife here? If you go outside and tell a woman, if you have the guts that, you are looking so beautiful, wo bhi lattu ho jayegi aapke piche. So, dil se bolna chahiye aur himmat hona chahiye bolne ka. The next one I want to go prematurely also is in the prioritizing of relationships. So this is the diagram. If you want, I can post it on the group. The prioritization is very important. The self is very important. Self-love, self-approval is very important. The self and God, of course, divine, whatever God, whatever you call divine, universe, whatever. The self and God is very important. That is the first priority. Self and your God, self and the divine, is the most important part. Then it comes to your spouse. Spouse is the next most important person in your life, whether it's a husband or a wife. That has to be given first priority, even more than children. Children come next. That is, if you are married, if you have a spouse, and if you have children, this is the way the priority of has to go. Spouse first, children next. Sometimes this thing becomes very, very difficult. The husband is either giving too much priority to the children, not to the wife. Similarly, wife, after having the children, giving more priority to children. I'm not saying you should neglect the children. Definitely not. But when it comes to priority, taking care is one thing. You have to take care of the children when they are small. But as they grow also, your priority has to remain the wife. Wife cannot be sidelined or the husband cannot be sidelined and only children become the main part. My children, grown up daughters now, they have sometimes they really fight with me. Kya ho gaya? Why you are always Joru ka gulam, you are always siding your wife only. Whatever we say, you don't, you are always, her, no, she is right here. Don't worry. No, don't tell her anything. So why you are like that? I said, no, my wife is more important than anybody else. Though you are my children, I love you. But when it comes to really the priority, it will always be my wife. So that priority of giving the importance in your life, in your, day-to-day thing has to be your spouse, then children, then parents. I'm not again saying that parents should be neglected. No way. They have looked after us. We have to look after our parents. But when it comes to relationship, priority, spouse has to come first, children has to come next, parents have to come next. And then the spouse will never, if you do this prioritization properly, the spouse will never interfere between you and your parents. She will also have beautiful relationship with your parents. The problem happens is when the self starts giving first priority to the parents and neglects the spouse. That is when the insecurity comes in the spouse, and then the relationship gets spoiled. Whether it is a man with his, parents giving first priority to the parents, not giving to this woman whom she got married to and got into his home, and she left her own parents and come now here she's feeling as if I've left everybody. I have nobody to support me. Either this guy is there, my husband, or his parents, they are now torturing me. They don't accept me as a human being at all. Similarly, when a woman starts giving too much priority after marriage to her parents, and then, always she is there connected, either physically or on the, phone or whatever, then the problem between husband and wife will start. So this is the order of priority. And after parents come the siblings. Siblings, that means brothers and sisters. Then it's your friends, relatives, neighbors, workplace, all those have to come next. Now what happens is when you are bachelor, when you are single, then friends are most important. Then friends are most important. Every day you want to go out, have a drink, this, that, freak out, go out, movie, the nightclub, whatever. But after marriage, that has to change. Now some people don't just change. Whatever they say, no, even after marriage, I'm going to go for my bachelor friends. We will meet, we will have our drink, or we will freak out together, and they are neglecting leaving the wife at home. That's where the problem in the marriage starts. So this has to take the back seat once you're married. Spouse has to come first. And then, of course, it is other people, society, whatever, You can't say I'm going to be looking after the whole world, social cause, and while neglecting this family inside. If you are neglecting all these people and you're doing whatever social cause and trying, to help the poor and help the needy and help the widows and help everybody, if you are not able to manage your own home, you cannot manage outside. Sorry. Then that is hypocrisy. Okay, so let us go to some more things which, some other few more tips I will tell you. In a marriage, in a relationship, always with any relationship, but more so with marriage. Make time for one another, even if you're busy. People become so busy, wives are busy. Oh, I've got my children and I got my parents. I got your parents. I got no time for you. No. Husband says, I got work. I come stressed up. I have no time. I'm busy. When I come home also, I'm on the phone. I'm on the computer. This, that. My pressure is so much. No. Your time management has to be sorted out properly. You have to make time for one another, even if you are the most busiest position. If your priority towards your family members, towards your spouse, towards your children, towards your parents or siblings is lacking, then whatever you do in your workplace is not going to prosper. It will sooner or later crash. So make time. Love needs time and space. Everything else is secondary. Try to concentrate. We say, the three pillars are, of course, finance, relationship, and what do you call?
Health.
Health, of course, health, no doubt. So health, relationship, and this finance are the three pillars. But I would say practically when you really start living life, your health is of course very important, but your relationships are not good. Believe me, it affects your finances very badly, and it affects your health also very badly. And however healthy you are, however much you're taking care of your health by, your yogas and your gym and this and that, if your relationships are not good, somewhere the focus will be lost. So in that, practically speaking, people may say, yeah, if there is no health, I have to do my health, at the cost of my relationship, or I have to earn money at the cost of my relationship. But it doesn't bring about equilibrium. If your relationship, you're giving it a backseat, it will not work out. But if your relationships are good, believe me, it can override your health and it can override your finances, because support from a spouse, from parents, from children makes a lot of difference in your career, in your finances. I know when I was down and out in my career, it was my wife who really pushed me, who really motivated me, who really guided me, who was really behind me. Okay, I am there with you. Don't worry, yaar. Nothing will happen. We will come back. When I had developed, transient hypertension at a very early age, and I was taking blood pressure medicine at that time, at early 30s. She was the one who brought me back. She said, don't worry, yaar, you'll be okay. It's a temporary phase. She took care of my, diet. She took care of my, general mind, emotional health. And automatically, physically also, everything was okay. And even now, if something, small thing, from COVID, aata hai, whatever, it's a love and care of the nears and dears, which really helps. So give relationship a lot of priority. Don't just run after your career and your, work. Then we'll see when I am, a little more settled up, I've reached vice president, director post, then I will see. By the time it's too late, boss. By the time it's too late, your relationship has gone out of the window. Then all this progress of becoming the top guy in the company will not help. Keep the romance always on. Keep the romance always on. Okay. So make time for one another. You will be able to do it. You will be able to do it. It's not at all difficult. You have to prioritize everything. Sometimes just listen. Listening is very important in a relationship. If you don't listen, if you are just hearing but not listening, your relationship will break down sooner or later. If you come home and you are, finding that your wife is just going about doing her work and her priority, and she is doing all other things, social media, talking to parents, talking to friends, and talking to children, but ignoring you, baba, khana khalo, you ate your food, this is the food I have prepared for you, and that's all. No other listening. Similarly with you as a man with your wife, if you don't listen, there will be problems. You have to listen. Sometimes make it a point that you listen properly, not just take one, put it from one ear and take it out from the other ear. No. Very lovingly, very caringly, please listen to your spouse. Accept your partner's shortcomings. Everybody's got flaws. Help them, love them, whatever their shortcoming is. You have to have a deep compassion of accepting the other person as that person is. And that person will definitely become better and better and better. But accept the partner's shortcoming. Be generous with your imperfections. Be generous. You have to be, nobody is perfect in this world. Everybody's got some loophole here and there. Even you as a wife or a husband, your wife, your husband, you always have imperfections. Love is really between two imperfect people, or one very perfect and one very imperfect. With God itself, God is perfect, we are imperfect, but still God loves us so much. Otherwise, if what nonsense we keep doing in our life, if God had not loved us, we would have been in big trouble. So we have to appreciate that and love that way. Never go to bed angry. We are all guilty of this. Even I do it many times. Thoda kuch friction ho gaya, then turn the other side and sleep. If you can reconcile before sleeping and try to do that very, very consciously, your relationship will be top of the world. No point, doing it in the morning. Do it at night itself. Before you go to bed, reconcile. A touch, a hug will help you definitely. With anyone, not only with your wife, but even with your children or with your parents. If there has been, see, we are all human beings. We all have weaknesses. We all have our, frictions, but reconcile by saying, I'm sorry, I love you, thank you, I love you, forgive me, doesn't harm. Ego ko chodo. Let go of the ego. Let go of the ego. Don't have pride. In relationship, there is no pride. Rather, anywhere there is no pride. Pride doesn't work. But in relationship, and that too with your own nears and dears, what is the point of keeping ego and pride, Unless you say sorry, I will not say. That is the first thing we say. It was her mistake. If she is not sorry, why I should say sorry and reconcile? Let her come back and reconcile. We are all doing that. Even I am doing that. Many a time. And then I realize, Arey, what the hell, yeah? Why did I, do this? So even after practicing so much, you sometimes don't do it. Out of 10 times, at least 2-3 times I don't do it. I sleep, then wake up in the morning, we'll see. But sometimes it's not good. If the whole night is, you're not able to sleep, next day is bad then. Try to find your partner beautiful and lovable, even when they make it hard. Be conscious. Be conscious. Try to find them beautiful, perfect, good, lovable. It's an effort. Relationship is an effort. Sometimes you feel the partner is not doing the right things. But if you really try to, make an effort and trying to look at their good things, their, beautiful things, they're loving, make life more easier for you. Don't hold grudges. Jhagda ho gaya, some problem, friction is there. After, don't hold the grudge. Oh, you did that, 1, 2 years, 10 years back. You did this. Don't bring all those stories. If you bring that, it will spoil the relationship. 1 month back, 10 years back, we go sometime 20 years back. Arey, when we got married 20 years back, you remember you had done this after 2 months of marriage? Oh, abhi tak dimag mein hai. Don't have grudges. Because grudges means, again, limiting beliefs and emotional healing is required. So life will start getting blockages. Say please, thank you and sorry. Very important. Please, thank you and sorry. Very small things, but very helpful. Try doing that. Trust is the key. Trust your life partner. Trust your life partner. Don't be so suspicious and so doubtful about everything. The moment the wife gets dressed up properly, where are you going? Who is coming? Iske liye you're getting ready for the neighbor or for the party or for the kitty party or for some meeting. What about me? When I'm coming home, you're still in that old nightgown of yours, dirty after the whole day's work. You never dress up for me. And now, so all the time we are suspicious. Maybe she's going out or the husband is going out. Where are you going? I've seen a woman calling up the husband in the 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Where are you? First question, where are you? Where am I? Where am I? I'm either in the office or coming back home. Trust him. If you don't trust the husband, don't trust the wife, they will, it is like what you want, you will get. If you're not trusting, you feel that your husband or wife is betraying you, they will betray you. Be trustworthy, things will work out. So trust is very, very imperative. Love takes work. Yeah, you have to put a lot of effort in that. To love and to maintain that relationship, it is not just, some kind of easily ho jayega. No, it takes work. It takes effort to keep the relationship good. So work on your relationships. It is something so beautiful. You will never regret working on your relationship. Don't take for granted that just because I'm married now, or I have my parents are there, or my children are there, my brother is there, they'll always support me. What the hell, yeah? No. Don't take anyone for granted. Work on it. As you expect them, you also work on your relationship and try to do good things to the other person. When you are arguing, acknowledge your partner's perspective. What is their thinking? Think from their side also. Most of the time we don't do, and then that escalates into a war. Aim to disagree. If you disagree with something, no problem, but don't hurt the other person. Sometimes we don't agree, yeah? Husband, wife, or any parents and children and brother, sister. Sometimes you don't agree, yeah? Sometimes in office also you don't agree. That doesn't mean you have to start murdering that person, yeah, in thought, word, and action. No. Or even your wife and husband sometimes disagree. I don't agree with this. That doesn't mean you start having a big fight about it. Disagree, don't hurt. Come, say, okay, I don't agree with what you are saying. Okay, this is my opinion. And sort out the matter amicably. You don't have to start becoming enemies of one another if you are not agreeing with something. Okay. Suppose your wife wants to wear some clothes. Of course, I'm not saying she should go out exposing herself, but you're not, some people, they say, oh, why you are wearing this kind of a dress? I always want you in a sari. But if she wants to wear something else, which as long as it is not indecent, definitely, I don't agree. I don't like it. But since you like it, you wear it. Try to find the good thing in it. Don't be hurtful. And, then they will start talking hundreds of, they have seen husbands. If they want their wife in a sari and the wife is wearing a, say, one-piece dress, why? Then they will go one step ahead. You are looking like a chalu woman. You are looking like this. You are looking like that. Then it becomes a big war. Then they use all kinds of wrong words and then it becomes a big issue. So don't hurt the other person, even if you don't mean it. Become an interesting person, guys. Whether you are your wife or a husband, become an interesting person. Don't be a boring person. If you are a boring person, definitely then don't blame me. My wife is attracted to my friend or to my neighbor or to her colleague in the office. Because you are such a boring man. You don't have any, wit, humor. No, you are just like a, dumb fellow, or the wife is like a dumb person. She's all right with everybody else. But with you, she is like a dumb person. Then automatically you also lose interest. So as a wife also, become interesting, become beautiful, become handsome, try to look good, try to be your best. Let the other person feel that you're doing something for them also. Yeah, what's there? Not much left. We should close on time. And do try to have good sex. Oh yes, sex is very important. In a marriage, sex is very, 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 very important. There is, if anybody says, I have married now for 10 years, 5 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years also, and sex ka bhi koi meaning nahi hai, I disagree. And sex doesn't mean, having a performance every night. No. As with age, it will change. But the closeness, the touch, the physical touch, that sex part has to be there in the marriage. If there is no sex in the marriage will slowly start breaking down. You may be living together in one home, but if there is no closeness physically, the marriage will, then you are living either for the children or for the society or for the parents, or because what people will say, what my office will say, what people, then it becomes that way. Then I'm staying with my, sleeping with my enemy. I'm sleeping with my, staying with my wife in one house, but she's sleeping in some other room. This guy is sleeping in some other room, and they have no relationship, no talk, nothing, because the sex factor, the physical factor is missing. Besides all the mental and emotional things also, the physical factor, please give it a lot of importance. Don't be ashamed. Don't be scared. You don't have to really, do the sex act every day. No, it's sometimes not possible. And women especially, when they are reaching that age of 45, 50, when they are becoming menopausal, they are having hormonal changes, appreciate that woman. She may not have any interest in sex at that time because their hormonal and emotional issues are there. But you have to appreciate that. But that doesn't stop you from being loving and kind and, physical. Everything doesn't have to end into an intercourse. Sometimes it's not possible. But the physical closeness, and that is what we call sex, that has to be there. Once that is there, your marriage will rock. My daughters who are married tell us, me and my wife, hey, why do you people are always holding hand and, hugging one another and walking on the road also? Go what, yeah? She's my wife. The romance should not go out of the window ever. Always be romantic with your wife, with your husband. Always be romantic. And as a woman, I tell you, it is the most easiest thing. For a woman, it is the most easiest thing to be romantic with the husband. Wear a good, good clothes, do a good makeup, and be 2-3 nice good words, man will melt. For a man to do that with a woman, little difficult. That is how we are made physiologically and emotionally and mentally. That's how women are. But men are very, very, they can melt very fast. Like they are like wax candle, you know. Thoda sa gidhar se garam aa gaya to, boom, they will start melting. So appreciate the difference between the sexes, difference between the man and woman, but appreciate that sex is a very, very important thing. As I've written and put in this picture also, emotional, happiness, stress relief, physical, pain reduction, self-image, intimacy, immune function, everything is affected by marriage, by sex. So sex is a very important thing. So that's my end of my presentation. Any questions, anything you guys want? I'm open to answering.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Captain, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sanjay, sir, how are you? Good to see you.
Sir, I'm very fine, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
God bless you. पुण्यामध्ये आहे साहेबा, जर कधी मिळायचे आपण. Let us meet.
मिलेंगे ना सर. I'm in Pune only.
हाँ, वही बोला, पुणे में है दोनों. Let us meet sometime.
Yes, sure, Captain, sir.
Apur was also there. Let's have another get together. Are
Yes,
you?
sure. Yeah, sure. Actually, my camera is not working. I'm from another laptop, so this camera is not working. That is why I was trying, but I am not able to
Doesn't matter.
manage
Doesn't
it.
matter.
Yeah.
Reddy sir, how are you? Reddy sir, Madhusudan sir.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Okay.
sir. Wonderful,
Fantastic,
sir. How are you, sir?
Fantastic. So guys, any
No.
questions, any clarification you want, or otherwise we can go for dinner?
Very nice
Sir,
presentation,
I'm very
Captain, sir.
grateful.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Really
Thank you.
nice.
God is great.
Thank you.
God is great.
We
Thank
should
you, sir.
follow this thing. That is the main thing we should implement.
We should, implementation is the key in everything, especially in this. Implementation is very important.
Yeah, because only theory will not do, a practical thing should be there.
No doubt. Implementation is very important. And it is not very difficult to implement.
Yeah, it is not.
Very, not very.
Very simply and very explained properly. You have explained it very in a simple language, simple thing like that.
Simple. We have to live life like this.
So next week, any implementation steps, how to implement it, how to, is it possible?
Yeah, okay. We'll take that up. How to implement, I'll tell you. I mean, though I have given a guidance over here, but if you want, I can go. What I would suggest is, let's work reverse. Where are the problems people are having in implementation? If you tell me that, then I can show you more easily, how to implement this. See, otherwise it's a very generic, it becomes very generic. How to implement? That I've almost showed you, but if you have a specific thing, I cannot implement, not expecting things, or I cannot implement the fact that, I don't forgive easily, or I cannot appreciate, or, I cannot, of course, we can do this privately also if you want. I am not, I'm having a sexual issue in my marriage. So, that of course can be tackled. You don't want to go public with that, but I mean, these are things we can tackle. Sometimes you're not, there is no attraction between man and woman. So they have reached that stage in the relationship where they don't have any attraction now. So how to come out of that and come back and reconcile, all those things can be done. So let me know a few topics at least generally which can discuss, and let next time we can tackle them and go more deeper into it. Okay, how to implement? What are the practical 1, 2, 3, 4 steps we can take to really go into that? Definitely we'll do.
Yes, sir. Next week, take few 1 or 2 generic ones. Then people will come up their own. Then slowly we can help.
But you put a call that try to think of it. At least the people who are here, Apurvaji, Satyaji, Sanjay sir, Reddy
We can
sir.
share some conflicts and you can suggest, sir, how to deal with.
You'd show me some conflict, no? You tell me the conflict.
I think some situation,
You tell me the situation. We'll tackle it. We'll have a practical exercise. I don't mind going into it deep. I would love to enjoy that kind of session.
Oh, that's great, sir.
Where it is coming from you, because see, I am going about saying blah 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 blah. I'm going about. But if something comes from you, this is the situation. Now, how to tackle it? Then there is more fun in getting it deper into it with practical solutions.
Yeah, that is the rubber meeting the rotor.
Bolo, Apurvaji.
Sir, I would suggest go for a one-to-one meeting, and sir will tell you how to agitate and how to tackle the other person. So,
No, that I'm always open for one-to-one, always, anytime. That is not an issue at all. So I have spoken to many of our participants also one-to-one. So
Yes.
if anybody has got any one-to-one, any issue, like I said, no, there are so many things which people don't want to discuss in public. But you can come up with generic things, But if you have a specific personal issue, give me a call anytime. I'm available. We can
I
have
have started digital fasting, sir. I have uninstalled Insta, Facebook, everything. I'm only on LinkedIn only, sir.
No, I
Oh,
have also removed, sir. I have also removed Instagram and Facebook.
Great, sir. So we are on the same path, like.
I also removed it because I find it too much of a disturbance.
Yeah. What we call, we get distracted lot of
Yeah.
things, yeah. Even we get too much time this thing spent on digital this thing,
So
So
too much time. Now
I
only
have,
WhatsApp is there, but WhatsApp also I have tried to curtail. Like some irritating groups were there which were
yes,
diverted. I have archived them.
right.
I have archived them so they don't come in front of me. So now it is only my focus areas which family and the spiritual groups where we are praying and all that,
Yeah.
or notifications, where some announcements are made. Only that, and RYB of course active and
Yeah, absolutely right.
otherwise no groups. Otherwise no other person, no reply. Otherwise, too much time is wasted. Yeah, sending you send one. God bless you to somebody, you will get one nice big heart, but nice kiss.
It consumes our battery also,
Apurva ji, with due respect, sometimes women are also very cute. They come up with very lovely emojis and all. So you also, as a man, get that. Men are only badmash. No, yaar, some women are also badmash.
It consumes a lot of battery also, sir.
Lot of battery also. Anyway, that's a joke. But I'm just saying.
And so many things, right, sir?
Yeah. No, sometimes they feel, कि अरे बड़ा handsome लड़का है यार, इसको भी थोड़ा line मारते हैं. ठीक है, okay.
No, I want to compliment you, sir, कि you are looking 10 years younger.
Thank you. God bless you. God bless you.
And 5:30 dinner, I mean, you surpass everything. I take my dinner most at 7:30, but you are like, you surpass.
No, all my life I have had my dinner latest 6:30. 6:30.
So that is like a sunset time.
Sunset you should have it.
And so when the first meal in the morning?
First meal, I start the day after meeting Madhuri ji. I started the day with the green tea and then one fruit after about half an hour. One fruit.
So at which time? So how many hours of intermittent fasting, sir?
Oh, no, I have this first meal is at about 5 o'clock, 5:15 in the morning. I wake up at about 4:30. So 4:30, whatever time I wake up, within 10-15 minutes.
12 hours of fasting window, right, sir?
Generally try to maintain that. Generally.
Amazing, sir. Amazing transformation.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you. Anyone? Let's meet next week with let's come up with some topics. And Brahmam sir, you can come up with at least 2-3 topics that we can take that up next week. Huh? Okay.
Sure,
Chalo.
sir.
God bless. Then take care, everybody. Bye bye. Good night. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Bye bye.